The plan was alive.
Brute! Wait, you just took your turn, didn't you, Tobias?
Sure
Brute,
did.
can you roll me a death save, please?
Yeah, let's see if I just die right here.
It's close!
I'm on 2 points of death.
Not in love with that.
The giant, seeing you climb up, and you're starting to hack through to the bone of its freaking hand. With the other hand, he kind of mutters out this prayer, and then from his skin, this fire starts to lick and erupt, and actually quite like the symbol. That hair is not literally fire, but in this moment it becomes fire and heat. And Tobias, you're going to immediately take 8 fire damage.
Cool.
And then
unconscious.
he is... Oh, nice.
I'm just at 0, so I'm not bleeding, but I'm unconscious.
He's going to back up some.
Oh, fuck.
And Virik, you're up next. And this fire effect is continuing. This guy is still wreathed in flame.
Fuck. That changes literally everything. I don't have anything that can get him up.
Might be able to at least stabilize him, though.
He's
I am stable.
Oh, you are stable. Then never mind.
I just went down at 0.
I've got a 14 you cut out.
Ah, fuck. Honestly, just go for the giant. I think that's the best thing you can do.
But he's got fire now. If I go and attack him, I'm going to kill myself, I think. I only have 16 health. Like, if I go and attack him... I also can't reach him at this turn. Oh, I can throw a throwing star at him. I kept those for a reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
David and Goliath, for much.
9. 10, 11. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to do that last part. I'm going to go forwards because I need to be within 9, 10, 11. I still don't think I'm within 20 feet. Let's have a look, shall we?
Here you are. That's 20 feet. Easy.
Oh,
That's exactly
just.
what you need.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy. No question.
Yeah, let's just
Never
throw
a
the...
concern.
I don't think it's going to do much, but you never know.
The second one hits.
Ah, minimal damage. Minimum
Minimal
literally.
damage. The giants behind the wall keep beating and beating behind the door. But it doesn't budge. Well, it's starting to budge, it's starting to shake, but they don't break through it yet. Eleanor. You are muted.
There we go. I fixed it. You use my potion to bring you back to consciousness, right?
Right.
Yeah, I did.
Great. Fantastic. I'm going to do a medicine check to stabilize it.
You
You have
don't
no
have
more
exhaustion,
potions,
do you? You're good.
I don't have exhaustion, but I do have a -1 to the check. So here we go.
That's nothing. It's something.
Great.
You get there and try to resuscitate him, but he's not budging. The second hit, the wounds, the fire, the heat, it's all starting to add
I
up.
have no spells. I have no lay in hands. Okay, great. No, that's my turn.
Tobias, can you give me
I'm
nothing? Because you're stable.
Yeah. Am I
You're
still
fine.
able to roll a death save to see if I can get back up?
No! Yeah, Chica.
Did I take fall damage from falling off the giant?
Technically, but no.
Good thought.
Barut, can you make me a
Yeah.
death save, please?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
thank
point of
God.
life.
It is under the initiative tracker for me, so I actually couldn't see it until it loaded into the.
It's you're on 2 and 2 now, right? Aren't you?
No, I'm on 1 and 2.
Which one's 2?
The death
2
saves.
deaths.
Yeah. Oh, I.
The giant, is backing up quite carefully. Its body enwreathed in flame. It's kind of echoing through the armor, through the chains and the chainmail. It kind of points to Virik, and in giant it says, "You should run while you still can." And actually, as he points to the end of the mace, fire starts to swirl around you. And can you give me a dex save, Virik?
I can. Oh, it would be a fucking. I'm gonna go
That's
down
gonna
as well,
hit.
guys.
This fire sort of enwreaths around you and hits you for, that is going to be 8 fire damage.
I'm up still.
And is actually going to back up more. Virik.
That's not concerning at all. But he's backing up.
He's got a very large wound.
Yep.
His hand is like cut down to the bone.
Yeah.
I want to do a thing, and I want to do a thing. It's probably a bad decision.
Give it to us.
I'm gonna pick up Tobias. And I want to dash.
Alright, so you've got half speed because you're carrying someone.
Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, because I'm dashing, so.
Yeah.
And then, can I push him in front of me in the tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it still just half speed, or is that just, that's 5?
It's still half
10?
speed, yeah.
Okay, so, what was I up to? Fuck.
I actually wasn't listening that time. I'm a little too stressed
1,
at the moment.
1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
There's so much movement.
I can go here.
And you can shove his unconscious body in front of you.
And I'm just gonna give Eleanor a look like we have to, we can't. This is it. We have to go.
I know.
It's as you give that look that the gate breaks open with a mighty explosion. And the giants out there, one of them will charge through. Eleanor.
Yep. So, I need Rurit to live. Can I call upon my divine energy to somehow raise him to consciousness in like damaging myself in the process if need be?
You can attempt a god roll, I suppose, in this context.
Okay.
It's
In
a
this context,
D100.
like, I don't care.
It's a very low
what
chance.
It costs Aelinor
It's
to get him fucking out of here.
It's a 12% chance with your class.
Okay. D100.
Mm-hmm. We're
Alright,
looking
and I'm
for
gonna
1
roll
to 12.
For percentage, you shouldn't have told me. Just let it be. 1 D100.
It's just ever so slightly off. You're there kneeling over Barut, knowing that at any moment, any breath could be his last, and you plead to spirits, but do not answer your call in this hellish place.
Alright. Is that my action?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. As my movement, can I move his body like towards like
You can carry him or drag him. It costs you move at half speed when you're doing it. But yeah, you can.
the most defensible position. I think it would be actually like right there.
Right here,
Where
or
we-
one beyond?
Yeah, like right there. I feel like that's like the most defensive position for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he can get there.
I mean, you've already moved. You can move him once more. So you can push him under this
alright.
brazier if you
Let's
want.
move him once more towards here. Yeah. And I'll move with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
I think you can go
that's
under the
it.
brazier. The brazier isn't like on the ground, I don't think.
No, it's raised. Yeah, you could go under it if you
Yeah, you
wanted.
should go towards the
Okay,
hole.
okay. So I can push him towards there. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. After that is Tobias, who is stable but unconscious, and then Barut, who rolls a death save.
I'm gonna minimize the turn order this time, so I will at least see my death.
Oh, fuck.
You hear in giant from the high priest, "Run! Run, you rats!" And he just starts laughing deep and low. Virik.
I'm gonna keep pushing him in.
Okay.
Then I guess just to the side here and put him down, and then I don't know. I think that's my turn.
Okay. At this point, the other giants storm into the room, basically yelling that you're under attack, we have to do something, and then they see Aelinor. And they are going to point their weapons at you, Aelinor. But, I mean, you do speak giant, basically yelling for your surrender. It's your turn next.
Did you do damage to me? I'm sorry.
No, they just kind of they don't act. They can't actually get up to you yet, but they do brandish their weapons and in giant demand your surrender.
I'm gonna try the Hail Mary again,
Okay.
because I might as well. Nope.
Alright, and that's definitely your last attempt at that.
Mhm.
Can't give you too many of those.
That's fair.
And yeah, they're barking for your surrender. Do you react anyway, or do
Yeah,
you stay?
I'm gonna put my hands up. And
Okay.
surrender.
At that point, you hear this, Virik. You speak giant. You hear them barking for the surrender, and then her getting thrown to the ground, and then finding some way to tie her up, chain her up. What do you do? Do you just hide in here with Tobias? Do you try and run with him? What's the plan?
I don't think I can run with him. I'm fast. I don't think I'm that fast.
So this area, to describe it, is made of this obsidian machinery that almost seems it probably is where these obsidian orbs were powered. There is, because it's designed for a giant to operate some of these machines, or nebblings at least. There are places to hide, right? Places to store things.
Okay, then there's no, like, you can't medicine check someone to try
Yeah,
and
you
get
can.
them up
Yeah.
when they're unconscious. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna do that first before anything else.
Mm-hmm. That is enough. That brings him back up with 1 HP. You know, you're around it, you kind of shake him,
Okay.
kind of try to rouse him.
I will immediately tell him what's happening.
Mm-hmm. You're not in turn order anymore, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest. I wouldn't know the brute's dead yet. Unfortunately. I would suggest that we hide and try and rest up, and try and break her out afterwards, or something. Break them out afterwards. Then I'm gonna try and find somewhere to hide.
Stealth roll.
I'm definitely just see this look of like frustration on Tobias's face as he paces for a second because he knows you're right. And he nods.
Oh, come on. That was 18 and 11. And I went, oh, fuck. Oh.
You try to hide up some in this chamber. I mean, it's got pipes and tunnels and things, and you climb up a little bit as much as your tired bodies can, try and keep somewhere, but you do have to discuss a battle plan, so you probably still talk to some degree, probably still trying to figure out what's next.
Oh.
So is there anything you would say in these next couple of moments?
I don't know. He'd just be in sheer shock and panic.
Tobias would just be trying to calm Vera down, just saying, "Look, we just need to bide our time. We can get them out, but we need to regroup. We need to rest for a minute. We need to figure out where they are."
I think unfortunately, rest, escape, come back.
And actually, something I would want to do, and I know you can tell me if I can do this now, because when we're in the corner, we can kind of see out. Would I be able to see Eleanor at all?
From you hiding in these mechanisms, you wouldn't be able to see out worth a damn at all. You would have heard
I'd be
lot
more
of
so
stomping
even
and
just
things.
before we get into the pipes. Like, would I be able to see her even just for a second?
Yeah, but that would have happened already. You wouldn't see her anymore now.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, all I can really do is I can set up a couple arrow traps in here, and then just while we try to hide, we just need to... Out of game, what we need to do is take a long rest.
Would you keep those arrow traps at, like, the two entrances to this room?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's in the next hour or so that poor, unsuspecting Neblings would literally walk into one of those... There's two of them side by side. They would be walking back in here because from the conversation you hear that they're speaking in Giant, that, you know, there's still... Whoever attacked was still, you know, out there. They should be looking for them, and they walk into the arrow traps. What happens?
They need to make a dex save and take damage.
Is it only the first one, or is it everyone like within an area?
It's everyone who walks into the area. It's
Okay,
like
so that would be
10-foot
both of them. They both fail their dex saves because Neblings are not very dexterous.
Perfect. It's not a ton of damage, but it's also mostly that it will alert us that someone's there. So the first one takes 2, and the second one takes also 2.
That, like, the arrow, like, kind of springs out with magic up at them, the arrows that you place down, and then they yelp and sort of start preparing to defend themselves, and they immediately come in and smell you. And they start to bark and squawk that they found them. Like, we found them! We found the escapees! We found them! And then you hear shaking and moving of tunnels again. Of heavy footsteps.
We have to kill them. Right now.
100%.
If you want to roll initiative, feel free.
Or do we run? Do we have faster movement? I have
Either way, it's an initiative roll in this
it's
situation.
initiative. Okay, fuck.
Because otherwise it would be a chase, right?
The issue is, this could go really fucking bad.
We haven't had an hour to rest yet, have we?
Nope.
No.
So I still have the potion active on me too then.
That's
lasts
also
an
true.
hour.
Yeah. Okay. What's the plan? Run or shoot?
I think I'm going to try and kill one of them and hope he can kill the other.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Both of those hit.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's one of them dead?
That's actually one of them dead. Yeah, that first attack.
Then I'm gonna. Then the next
With
one
the-
goes to, oh!
That's great! Okay, so
Clutch.
you jump down. Yeah, exactly. Batman them both to death. Unfortunately, they made a lot of noise in those moments where
I'll
they
just
saw
look up
you.
to Tobias. We have to run.
We have to move, yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna. Because do we bring up the battle or what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and exit. I think try and go through the tunnels and get out.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me stealth checks then.
Still exhausted.
Do you have your pass without trace ability, or do you have any key left?
No, I don't have any key left. I haven't had key this entire session.
Yeah, you used a lot of key on those devils on the entrance, though luckily those with disadvantage, 19 and 20, is great. You managed to sneak your way out of the tower. You can see when you're kind of trying to go between the nebbling tunnels that the giants... Before, there were technically 3 giants to deal with. You see 3 just in that moment looking for you. Almost calm looking. I mean, they have like their swords on their shoulders and things like that. Looking for you. But the urgency of the battle that was going on before has completely dissipated. And the urgency of finding you appears even not super important to these giants. You managed to sneak away and into their flaming city somewhere. What kind of place would you be looking for to hide?
I would. I'd find a point to the when we're in like the
hidden
tunnel.
kind.
Yeah.
Somewhere that doesn't look like anyone really passes through it very often.
Yeah.
Like if there's something that's even under construction right now, like that would be ideal.
Perfect.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
perfect. And it's
Because
quite
this
easy
is
to
not
find.
Gonna be the time when they're gonna be building shit.
Because this settlement is small, but very big to you. I mean, it's small to the giants, means it's quite easy to get around and look at the buildings and see if that would be a good place. There's a lot of storerooms and storehouses and things and stuff like that, and barracks. But then you actually get to one of the sides. Seems like this building, like as I described it, kind of like Venice. You know, they're expanding outwards bit by bit. And there's one area, it's kind of like to the north around the tower, where there's large obsidian bricks. And you can't even tell that most things are made of bricks, but they kind of like just rest out there in this kind of state of slight construction. Where you can hide. I do need both of you to give me constitution checks.
Oh, fuck. Okay, it's disadvantage, isn't it?
No.
Not yet, no. This is
No?
just-
Okay.
No,
You don't have
this is
disadvantage on the saves yet.
Those are both pretty good.
I also need you to do this one, Eleanor, because I haven't killed you yet.
Yet.
Look, right now we're focusing on the boys, because Eleanor's just going to be in a freaking cage.
That's fine. Just fine. Sorry.
Now, luckily, all of you passed that one, because the DC for heat is not that hard before you were running on overexerting yourself in the heat even further. Right now, it's just hot. But I'm not going to say you're getting used to it, but you're at least still running through it. You find this area to hide where you see the only people who would probably be around this place would probably be Nebblings, and any giant builders are definitely not building while the city's in this much disarray. So you can settle down for a bit, at least.
Okay, let's take an hour.
Take an hour. You can give me your hit dice for healing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna readjust my strength real quick before I forget.
Please do. And remember, you change your weapon back from strength.
That's what I'm doing right now. Okay. What even is my hit dice? It's D10, right?
You have multiple because you're multi-class.
Yeah, I'll do the barbarian one first, just for fun. It's not bad. Then we're gonna do 5d10.
Oh.
When you're done with this check, I need you to give me both Constitution saves and Perception checks.
Plus 15.
For me as well.
No,
Oh.
you do actually. You need to give me another Constitution save
Okay.
because you're just.
So,
Just because they're doing a short rest, quite literally they bring you down to a cage that's in, like, this is probably meant for neblings that are misbehaving. It's just a cage over one of these pits of magma that is just this constant boiling heat. They took your armor off you, took your weapons off you, and you can speak giant, so you know that they're describing it as preparing to feed you to something.
Good, great, fantastic. Where's Baruit?
They dragged his body away. They actually, right now, they drag his body through the chamber you're in, because there's several cages, and they just drag him.
Can I not let them drag him?
How would you do that? You're in a cage.
I would attack them, potentially.
You don't have
they
range.
tried to separate us.
You're in a cage. They're really... Oh, they would have already separated you like an hour or so ago when you were surrendering. If you want to retcon back and fight back, then that's fine.
I mean, I would have, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think about that.
Then make an attack roll.
We might... Wolf be dead. That's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
Because they were letting you surrender. They weren't attacking you.
Yeah, no, if they're gonna separate us, then that's gonna change.
Oh, that's a miss. So this would be like a little bit after that moment, after you kind of snuck away, where like they would be talking for a bit while you surrendering, basically trying to work out what's going on. But once it's clear that they've worked out the Baruut is dead, whether you accept that or not, they just like quite literally, very unceremoniously, like put a sword between the two of you and just start dragging his body away. You just try to attack back at them and it doesn't hit. Give me another. That's a hit.
Oh, everything is all screwy.
It's a big hit too. Like, you quite literally managed to like stab at the hand as it goes, and it wasn't the leader who was doing this, so unfortunately you don't get like really in the immediate bits. You stab at the hand, I think, which makes him like call back and they're like, okay, yeah, you're going.
I am going to say that he stays with me, or I take as many with you to death as possible.
You can give me an intimidate check.
Yeah.
They kind of, like, the one who drew back is the giantess, and kind of rubbing at the blood on her wrist. They kind of look at each other like it's not worth the hassle, and they kind of nod, and like, now we're back through time. You're both in the same cage. It's been 2 hours. Brute has not moved. Like, one of his arms is dangling through the metal of the cage.
I'm still gonna do whatever I can.
Yeah,
to try
absolutely.
to pump holy magic into him.
You don't have anything left.
Yeah.
You two boys. Constitution saves, perception checks.
And perception at disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a bad constitution save. Wasn't good, wasn't bad. Oh!
I don't see shit.
You're very much distracted in the bandaging up of your wounds. It's...
God damn it.
It's bad. And probably at this point just incredibly... You know, you lost when you had the advantage of surprise. Now all of the odds are up against you. What's next?
Well, we need to find them.
I have key points up now. So I have that at least. Yeah, we need to sneak back in and see about finding where they're keeping.
Yeah.
This is gonna suck.
We need to find them because they will not keep them alive for long.
No.
No,
I'm gonna do pass without trace.
Oh, you get your key back on a short rest.
Yes, I do. I checked.
If ever there was a moment to check, it's now. Okay.
Okay.
You want to try and sneak back in to find him?
We need, yeah. Let's try and.
We have to, like. Okay. Stealth rolls, I'm guessing.
Yep, with a +10.
Disadvantage. Still.
Disadvantage with a +10. Yep, you are just as exhausted as you were before.
It's a 19 or
It's a 19 at least, yeah.
Okay. Could be worse.
Glad I passed without traced.
You are not seen in your way back into the tower. This passage that you used before, I mean, it's a long way for you guys to go, and you have to move quite slowly. You're not bothered by giant or nebbling at all. When you kind of peek back into that grand central chamber, you don't see Aelinor or Brute where there was. You see a blood stain on the ground, but then there's actually quite a lot of blood stains. You do see that lead giant, but it's too far away for you to really hear the conversation he's having with two other clerics, who now you're like, those were the two on the rock. When you see them, you can tell from the arms and armor and stuff, 'cause it's all very specific and strange looking. But it's too far away for, unless you want to do a perception check and listen in, and slow down and potentially get seen. It's too far away for you to really hear. So that's really your choice is perception check or investigation check to try and find Aelinor.
Would I alternatively be able to roll survival to try and find her, to track the blood?
Yes!
Kind of thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
But you wouldn't have advantage on that, whereas Virik could give you advantage for investigation. Which would be counteract by your exhaustion.
Oh, fuck yeah. So
What's your investigation bonus?
My
+1, right?
Investigation is +1, yeah.
So you can either get a +4 at disadvantage or a +1 at normal.
Oh.
I think we just take the +1.
Okay.
I think that's better statistically.
So I just rolled it normal?
Investigation,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not horrific.
Middle of the road.
Can you give me perception checks, please, both of you?
Perception?
Yep. At this point, Aelinor, a giant will come into your room, and quite literally, because these are small cages for them, just pick it up. Like it's hooked onto a chain from the ceiling. Just pick it up.
What up?
The chain. The whole cage. With you and Barut in it, and just start carrying you through the chambers. Bringing you actually deeper into this tower when you were pretty sure that there could be no lower level because of the magma and such.
I will say to this giant that I need to speak to someone. I know where more of these stones are.
Ooh! Persuasion check. That's a movie tactic right there.
Get them to rip it out of the gate.
He like stops, and this is clearly one of the soldiers, not the clerics. And says back in giant, "There are more of these."
Yes, I can give you one. But if he dies, I die with it.
He glances down. It's kind of hard to see the expression in their eyes because the giant's eyes are kind of black and glossy all the way through. And then just kind of he turns around and starts walking very definitely back to that main central prayer chamber sort of room, which is actually convenient because it goes past the two of you, and doesn't see you. Aelinor, can you give me a perception check, please? You don't see them, they see you as she's being carried in this kind of conical cage back into that center prayer chamber where you saw those the two giant clerics and the high cleric there.
Do we see Barut?
Brute is also in that cage.
Yeah,
He's just Aelinor is standing, Barut is slumped, nearly falling out of it.
Oh yeah.
I
Xeno
mean, we
Basti.
definitely follow at a
Okay.
safe distance, but
At this point, the cage is not so ceremoniously placed, leaning up against one of the stone pews here, and this giant soldier says, "She says there's more of these stones," and the High Cleric looks back at it in his hand and says, "That's interesting. More of them. They all hold such great and terrible power." To you.
Certainly.
Then tell me
Power.
of them.
I don't know if it's terrible. I suppose it depends on who uses it.
He cracks a slight smile. "You tell me where to find more of these stones, and I will let you and your comrade live."
My comrade is not going to live unless he sees attention immediately. If he dies, I take the knowledge with me to the fucking grave.
Persuasion or intimidation, your pick. He kind of looks, and then actually looks to one of the clerics and nods like towards, and that cleric will come up, unlock the cage, scoop Barut out, quite gingerly. But I mean, at this point, you have no weapons. And then we'll say in giant, not directly at you, but clearly so you can hear. And it's like, "We will take him to the to a hall of healing. We'll see if our surgeons can do something to this tattered body." We'll kind of stand up and start moving past. You guys then
And
see.
I'll say to the giant, like, I need confirmation before I can give you any information.
You guys see that giant cleric walk out with Barut in hand, just limp. That giant, the high cleric nods. "Very well, then we wait," and they close the cage again. Can you guys all give me perception checks?
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I am deceased.
You were the one that had normal. Well, I guess we had a rest though. She didn't really. She was in a cage.
Virik, you hear... I mean, there's always a rumbling going on. You're inside a volcano, essentially. But you hear a distant rumbling that sounds louder than the rest, clearly coming from outside of this structure, perhaps even the city. And then you hear...
Does it sound like marching?
It definitely sounds like troops. In fact, it sounds like portals opening. Several portals opening at once.
Oh, fuck. I would immediately tell Tobias what's happening. If we... I have a really stupid idea if we stay hidden.
Oh, and because you kind of approached, but you heard this conversation. You heard this guy has no idea there's more gate stones. And,
Yeah, which means our monk friends are showing up, I think.
Yeah.
But this could work out to our advantage. With a little care, we might be able to get the gate stone and run.
Okay.
I am going to. I will tell Tobias that. Just a second. Shake me if you really need me. I'm going to go into a sort of meditative state, specifically focusing on the mask that I have. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna call for the ferryman. I'm going to say, I know I've been reluctant. If you can help me in this situation, help us, I will give you the gate stone, and I will no longer resist.
You can give me a persuasion roll.
A disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah.
I was going for disadvantage.
Yeah.
Mm.
You feel a cold wave of sea air come over your body, and actually, Tobias, you feel that as well. And you kind of, through the corners of the vision of your mask, see apparitions of ferrymen that you remember seeing in the galleon before that aren't quite in your realm, but are kind of standing in wait. They're kind of arriving on these spectral boats. It's kind of hard to tell how many because you can only really see them through the corners of your eyes. But it was definitely a yes.
Okay. Look at Tobias. So I think I got us help.
What do you mean you got us help?
Can he see them as well out of this?
No, not at all.
Some of the ferryman's men here. I can only see them in the corner of my eyes, but they're still arriving.
Noticeably, one of the boats remains.
Okay, and I will immediately say one of the boats is still here. I think that's our exit point.
Okay. So we need to get the stone, we need to get Eleanor, we need to get Barut, and we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I think what happens is these guys outside who are coming in are going to cause a distraction. I think we go get... do we go get Barut first, or do we wait for him to come back?
At this point...
This guy obviously wants... Oh, yeah.
The noise of the settlement starts to grow with this sound of battle. And actually, the knight, the random knight who's kind of was brought in here by Eleanor kind of comes out and actually looks through the door out into the city. And we yell back in giants, like, we're under attack! Again! And he's like, is it the same? No, they're different. And you actually see a large spike of rock get launched into this guy's face. And it kind of remains and staggers. And he kind of grunts and then just charges into battle. Outside. I mean, you can only hear really what's going on.
Okay. Now? This is a question to Tobias. Do we go now?
I think we have to.
Okay, and I guess we charge at to try and get the Eleanor on this gate stone.
Okay. Give me a second.
How healed does his arm look? From when Tobias was hacking at it.
It actually looks mostly better. Funnily enough, there's definitely a bandage around it. Assumedly, you know, being a cleric, some kind of magical healing took place, you know?
Yeah, figured as much. This place is pretty well lit, isn't it?
Yeah, there's magma pouring out of many surfaces. Yeah, it's very well lit. Yeah, unfortunately, being able to get into dim light and blinking won't be super easy here.
No, it won't. But
in fact, really, the only dim light that is being created is under the giants.
I mean, that works.
Okay, can you roll initiative rolls, please? All of these.
Oh, I gotta zoom out because I can't see a damn thing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there we go.
I still can't see a damn thing.
By design. You're there.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh, in sync.
Eleanor, can you? There's 2 Viriks right now.
Wait,
Can you
why is
give
there 2
me-
Viriks?
I don't know. Can you give me one as well?
You are muted, Aaron.
There's also a dog.
Oh, also, which way did they take Brute? Just straight down.
Okay.
Out and up.
Question,
Out and
really
up.
quick. My sword is damaged. Do I still get the benefit from initiative from its magical properties?
No, and also you don't have the sword on you,
Okay.
so double
Oh,
no.
interesting.
not
So
really.
double no. So my initiative just -2, if you can edit it, or if I can.
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
nothing
well.
but your fists,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
fine. It's good enough.
Mm-hmm. It's actually your turn first, but you don't know they're there, so really it's not.
Excellent. So really, I can't do
Um,
anything. But a question to follow up on what Vieric asked: Where did he go? Barut? His
Out
body?
and up. That's all you saw.
Out and up.
With
Okay,
how
so,
fast
like,
these giants
towards
move,
this way?
it's towards like this way.
Yeah, if you go in this tunnel, we'll come out in the passageway.
Like
that
the
you-
giants cannot take the tunnels that Vieric and Brood are in, so it's
Yeah.
out the front and up. He didn't leave the tower, but with how with how fast he's not on this battle map. Easy enough to say.
I have an idea.
So don't like worry looking for him right here.
Yeah.
With that,
But yeah,
as
that's my turn.
as you start charging out of your hiding place, the high cleric just kind of growls and does shoot a glance to Aelnor's like, so this was all a trick, and is going to.
I'm gonna say, what the fuck do you mean? Because
And at that point-
doesn't know what's going on.
you
Oh,
see
he sees us. Okay.
licks of fire, and then it blasts into existence around these 2.
Oh, fucking-
It doesn't actually catch either of you in the actual wall itself, but you're going to be stuck inside, and then it's your turn. The wall of fire, very much like before, kind of all spinning and turning, even ignoring the fact that there's physical walls in its magical manifestation. You can hear the giant lord, but you can no longer see him behind the wall of fire.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this, and I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna make this real cool. I'm gonna run a little bit up the wall and jump off it out.
You can give me an acrobatics roll.
Oh, and it has to be a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't too bad.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. You end up similar. We've done this one before. You can either jump out but take damage, or jump back in.
I'm gonna jump out but take damage. I need to go.
You're going to take many damages. That's going to be 23 fire damage.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do get out. Let's put you,
That is insanely damaging.
there. So, yeah. So it's a wall of fire. You manage to get up and leap. Unfortunately, your whole body's tired. Like the issue with you as an acrobatic is it's all very much instinct, and your body is not at true potential right now. So what you thought you might be able to make before, and in other situations you'd grab for the wall, you can't grab onto this wall. You have to just kind of turn and slam through the fire.
Now I should still have 100 foot of movement.
The step of the wind.
When I
yes.
Yeah. So I am just going to jump up, try and climb onto the guy's back, because this guy's the leader one, right? The one holding the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Give me an athletics or
while
acrobatics.
I'll do that in a second. While running, like on my travel over there, I'm going to be yelling out in Elvish to Aelinor. The monks are outside. The ferryman's men are here. We have a way out inside that tunnel.
Can I respond or no?
Yeah.
Then let them come. Let's buy time.
All right, Tobias, it's your turn. Wall of fire.
Well, I was gonna jump.
You were
with
gonna
an
jump on him.
athletics roll.
Usually the talking is at the end. That's my bad.
Well, I couldn't do it while I'm on him. I imagine it'd be much harder. So.
By time, I meant let's not attack.
I can jump off him though. Like I've already attacked. I'm out in the open.
You actually do manage to
I hate
climb
you,
up him.
Derek.
You actually do manage
You're
to
the
climb
worst
up
of
him
my
in this
children.
moment. He
No,
is
well,
so
I'm trying
focused
to give
in
you a
the.
chance to get into the fucking tunnel.
He's so focused in the casting of the spell that you manage to kind of grab up and climb up the side of him. Tobias,
Okay.
it's your turn. Wall of fire.
Where is the
around.
gate stone right now?
Assumingly in that guy's hand. You can't see because the wall of fire
Right,
is opaque.
but that's where it was before he started
Mm-hmm.
this clown fiesta. Okay.
What?
I said that's where it was before he started this clown fiesta.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Um,
All right, good.
so what I'm going to do. This is unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna do what I did to this giant earlier, actually, with the glitter arrows. But I know that's gonna take me a minute to get that.
You also can't see him.
You have to get out of the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, I know. I'm not attacking him right now. I'm getting the arrows prepared.
Okay,
2 of
sure.
them. One of them's
Uh,
gonna be just 2 of them. One of them's gonna be the +1 arrow, and then with my move, I would like to try to actually scale this wall and kind of do something like what Virik did, but a lot less.
That would have
acrobatic.
been your action to try and do that. So either you do that or the glitter thing.
Okay, then I'll do that, and
You can athletics it, yeah. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. You do not have the magical strength bonus, which I know you already removed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do the. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do the arrow thing then. That's my action.
Okay.
That's fine. And then with my move, I'm gonna actually lay down on the ground.
Great. You still take full damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
The wall of fire deals 36 fire damage to you inside it. The fire kind of closing in, the heat radiating through.
I take damage even if I stay inside. Then I might as well run out.
Well, you didn't know that until the end of
Yeah,
your turn
sure.
when the damage is dealt, really. But that's how it worked last time.
Okay, fair enough. How much do I take?
36.
Cool.
Next up is the lesser cleric, who is going to point his mace at Virik. Can you give me a dex save? And you're like on this guy's shoulder, like climbing up. He's like trying to track you with the end of the mace. And that is exactly what you needed to save. You managed to just leap away as like an explosion of fire starts just, moments away. Aelinor, you're in a cage. You can keep yelling at them. This fight is gonna happen.
I'm gonna keep yelling at them. Can I attempt to diplomacy my way out of this?
You can try, but at this point your
Sure.
friends are climbing and
So-
have come out of sneaking.
What
With a very good
I'm
argument.
going to say is that it's not a trick. The information I have is still valid. If you want to double your power, you will listen to me and not kill any of my companions. And if my companions are fucking intelligent, they will stop what they are doing and surrender.
Give me a persuasion check. That's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
The lead giant kind of laughs slightly at that and kind of sees Virik climbing up and actually looks to the other cleric and says, "We know there are more of them. We can find them in the world.
I'm going to yell at Varric to stop.
Dispose of that one.
They
I'll
have the
kill
good.
this
he's dying.
mosquito myself." And he's going to again say a prayer, and then fire is going to coat his body, seeping out of his skin. Again, you're going to immediately take damage, Virik, but this doesn't knock you off. It's immediately going to be 13 fire damage on you.
Damn.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he knows you're going to climb on you, and this strategy worked last time.
I'm gonna have to hop off because I can't hold on with that.
And next, it's your turn, actually. Mr. Virik.
Okay.
You're still holding on right now. The fire is kind of seeping out from his skin. You're climbing on him. You are on top of him.
Yeah, but I have to jump off.
The gate stone is in his hand.
There's no way I'd be able to grab it from him like this, I don't think.
With a sleight of hand check, maybe, right?
I will tell you, you may have
Pick that
no
pocket and
other
book it.
choice. You may have no other chance.
Yep. You know what? I am going to try and go grab it.
It can either be in athletics or a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, definitely.
Oh!
Oh! That was 17 and I'm dead. Yeah.
Yeah. You jump down onto his hand, and when he sees what you're doing, he just chuckles and you're going to take. You're gonna take 20 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
You're
I
down,
literally
you're bleeding out.
don't think he could have knocked downed me. Yeah, I'm down.
And funny enough, considering he called you a mosquito, he squashes you between his hands and then just lets go, and you just fall crumpled to his feet, bloodied and bruised. Tobias, you don't see that. You hear that. You hear the crunching of bone. You hear a sort of last breath from Virik, and then hitting the ground.
Not that I know that he hasn't moved, but luckily for me, he hasn't moved. I'm gonna shoot my bow through the wall of fire at the spot where he was with said magic arrow.
You can give me
Now, I'm assuming that's disadvantage because
It's disadvantage, essentially firing blind, yeah. But for sure, I'll allow it.
I just know he's there.
Yeah. You can hear him talk as well, you can hear all of his sound and stuff. He's also a fucking giant, it's a big target. You hear a tink on metal. You hit him, you just hit armor. It's hard to hit for the weak spots in this sort of situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him again. Yeah. Cool.
And again, another tink of armor, and we're gonna take a break real quick and be back in a few minutes.